Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, thank you for this. I'd like to thank Burrillville's native son, Cale Keeble, for putting this bill forward. I could talk off topic for about 3 or 4 hours, especially about the potability of the water. I lived 100 yards from well 3 for a long period of time. My wife and our neighbor both had brain tumors. My wife made it, thank God, our neighbor didn't. So I could talk to you about brain tumors, the number of them, the potability of the water, the poison in that well, the fact that at the time it was the largest MBTE spill in the history of the United States. But let's get to the bill. First is 3 members. Burrillville has had problems with 3-member state boards before. Burrillville got into an improper contract with Seabrook that cost us $20 million. The little, I don't know if you're familiar, but the little town of Pasco has their own electric company. We signed an agreement which we believed was improper and actually illegal, which cost the town almost $20 million, and we never received an ounce of power, not a megawatt, nothing. We were just about to go to the Supreme Court of the state of Rhode Island with Partridge, Snow, and Hahn as our attorneys. We felt very good about the fact that we could be victorious, and the 3-member PUC, who met on a day when only 2 members were in attendance, voted not to allow us to go to state court and ended our case. And we paid for the next 20 years and never received any power. I would bring your board up. You have 14 name tags here. And we understand what's going on. We understand there's a lot of other meetings going on, and they're all important. What if you had a 3-member committee? You'd be a lonely man, Mr. Chairman. So I think there is a very good argument to be made to expand the number of members on the committee. I don't believe in unruliness. I think government, somebody said it earlier, government is unruly, and I think you need as many voices as you can on an important project like this. So I would, first of all, be in favor of expanding the number of members as Chairman Keeble has suggested to 9. I think there is evidence in the state of Rhode Island and the city of Pasco, town of Pasco, that 3-member committees don't work. And if any of you, I'm a longtime school committee member, I've been on a town council and presently on the sewer board, and I can remember when I was on a 5-member school committee and nothing could get done. Committees look better, smaller, but they don't get the work done. A larger committee always has a better chance of success, and so I would encourage that. Secondly is this idea about drop-ins. Burrillville wants a drop-in. Burrillville wants something special. The Burrillville doesn't want a drop-in. The Burrillville doesn't want anything special. Burrillville wants what everybody else has. The drop-in happened in 2010 when Burrillville Town Council was given the right to negotiate the contract with a power plant, and no other towns were mentioned. Our rights were taken away. To Roger Williams, our one man, one vote, our opportunity to voice our opposition or to voice our approval of a project were taken away in one fell swoop. We're not asking for anything special. Now, I understand this talk about, landfills and prisons, but that has nothing to do with this. We're talking about electric plants, and the unintended result of that legislation was to create power plant land in Burrillville. The idea that the power plant is there because of the gas line, that's interesting, but they don't have water. The only water they have is the polluted water in well 3. And one of the building guys that got up said something that it is a tremendous well with tremendous capacity. That's true. And what is it going to do? Is it going to get back up to 1,700 parts per billion? I don't know that, and no one else does. We researched this greatly, and we can't find that. Finally, there's the idea that the people that's not smart. They're not smart enough to vote. It's the money. The money will get it. I can tell you that I have been involved in the state, local government for all of my adult life. I've been on a school committee for 18 years. I am so proud to be involved with these people right here. I can tell you that they spend 2 to 3 nights every week in meetings. The other nights they're home reading. They are intelligent. They are dedicated. They also know grassroots. They can make a big sign, right? You guys can make a big sign in no time. We have more signs, more buttons, more shirts. We're going to have pens next week. I just ordered them yesterday. No new power plant pens. They're almost as good as Ray Train's school committee pens. But let me say this. This is a group that has integrity. This is a group that works hard. This is a group that reads. This is a group that brings their kids because they got to stay with them. This is a group that you'd be proud to be a part of. And to say that they don't have the ability to decide whether or not they'd like to have a gas-fired monster of a power plant in their town is disgusting and is irresponsible. I think that these people have earned that right, as have everybody in the state of Rhode Island except Burrillville. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you. Questions for Mr. How do you say it? Your last
Frank.
name?
It's like T-R-A-N-K.
Oh, I see. It's just okay. It's just
yeah.
yeah.